Welcome to RaunchyMutt SCUM, and today we're going to take a look at the new SCUM financial system. For some time now, we have had a currency within the game. We just haven't had anything to do with it, unless you were on a private server that had some kind of trading system set up. But now, with this new 0.8 release of SCUM, we now have a financial system, and it needs a little bit of explaining if you're not familiar with how it works. So we now have ATMs. There have been ATMs in the game, but they haven't been usable. They are now usable, and you'll find that there'll be little signs like I circled there that indicates there's one nearby, and there will be somewhere nearby one that looks like that. And throughout the island, you will find others also. There is no real set way to know where they're located. They could be like this one at a convenience store. This one is the only one I've found so far that was right next to a police station. But for the most part, they are easy to find if you kind of use a little reason and logic. This one at the big supermarket in the big city is the only one that I found that was actually inside of a building. All the others are outside. For the most part, in your, say, medium-sized towns like these that I'm currently showing, you can find these ATMs outside the convenience store or the shopette, whatever you want to call it. Now, take note, in the big city, there are these red and white ATMs. It's the only place I've found them so far. There's 2 or 3 of them, but they do not work. They are not the ATM that you're looking for to interact with your account or the bank. So do not use them. Okay, so I initially started this video a week ago, and as I was trying to put it together, some of the things just didn't seem like they were working as they should be. What I was seeing on the screen didn't necessarily jive with what was actually occurring in the game. So I thought, well, surely they'll have a release or an update, a fix coming out a couple of days, so I'll just wait. Well, it took a little bit longer than anticipated for that patch to come out. I went in and I didn't see any changes. They did not make any changes to the way the banking system is currently working. So I'm going to go ahead with the way it works today. And if in the future they change that and it works more like the words say in the ATM, then I'll put out an update for that. Okay, so how do we use these? Well, just walk up to an ATM and press your F key. You'll be presented with the entry screen and you'll be shown your cards. This is a starter card. Everyone will start with a starter card. Now, the thing about the starter card is it has no PIN number. It is linked to your account and you can use it to deposit money. And after you've deposited some money, you can use it to withdraw money. But it has no PIN number. There is no safety with it. So you want to get this upgraded as soon as possible. Okay, so we go to the next screen and you have withdraw, deposit, transfer, eject card, and account info. And you also see that there's grayed out the option to buy gold or sell gold. We'll get to that shortly. All right, with the starter card that you have, as you notice up there, a cash withdrawal and deposit limit of $500. That is increased when you go to the next level card and the gold card. You also see your account number up there. The ATM transaction limit is also something that you need to take note of. That is the maximum amount of money that you can transfer into or out of this particular ATM. Another ATM will have a different limit. Now, these limits do not apply at the bank. Surprising. It's supposed to be, and this is one of those cases where it doesn't seem to make sense. It says card withdrawal and deposit limit. And that is not the case if you're at the bank. you can actually withdraw or deposit, and I've done up to $25,000 at the bank. It has no impact. However, you leave the bank and go to an ATM, you will not be able to use that card if you've exceeded your limit. Now, you could do your $500 limit here, or your $1,000 limit, or $5,000 limit, whatever which card you have, and then go to the bank and do $25,000. The bank just doesn't seem to care. Okay, so you want to make a transaction. Let's make a deposit. And you click on the deposit button, you have the deposit money screen. Now, if you notice up there, there is a bank commission of 5%. That 5% is on both deposits and withdrawals from any ATM. If you go to the bank, your bank commission is only 2% per transaction, whether it be a deposit or a withdrawal. So you enter in your amount that you want to deposit, and you click the submit button, and it wants you to confirm, and you confirm yes, and it gives you either a green check mark or a red X. The green, of course, is good that it was successful. An X says, nope, can't do that. Return to the main screen, and if you've done all the transactions that you wish to do, you can eject your card. Okay, so now let's take a look at our cards. If you click on My Cards, it will take you to the screen to show you what cards you currently have. Now, you can hold all 3 cards. There's nothing that says you cannot keep all 3 cards or have all 3 cards in your possession. The danger is the starter card has no PIN. The classic card has 1-digit PIN. And how many times does it take to figure out what that is? 10 times, 0 through 9. And somebody will know your PIN number if they get this card off of your dead body, or if you accidentally lose it somewhere and they find it. A gold card is the best security. It has a double PIN number and would take, 99 times to try to figure out what it, actually it'd be 100, 0 through 99. So you have 100 numbers that you could use for your gold card. That is a little bit safer. You also have different increments, and if you notice, your daily withdrawal limit for your classic card is 1,000, and your daily limit for your gold is 5,000. Now you also get 5 free renewals with your gold, and you get 1 free renewal with your classic. At any point in time that you feel like you have lost one of these cards and you want to maintain it, you can come back here and renew it, or you can cancel your card to prevent anybody else from being able to use it. And of course, that means you're going to have to purchase a new one. Okay, so now let's move on to the traders.
Welcome, welcome. Feel free to
Now,
browse around.
with the traders, as you'll notice down here in the bottom right hand side, you have a preferred payment. You can now pay with cash or using your bank card. You have to have your card on your person in order for this to work for the bank. If you do not have your card on your person, you have to use cash. So that's something you might want to consider. You want to keep your cards safe. If you get killed, the guy who killed you, if he searches your body, he's going to find your credit card and he's going to head straight to the bank or to an ATM and start trying to figure out if he can crack your PIN. You might want to keep your card buried in a box out beside a tree somewhere with the majority of your money and your gold on your card hidden, and only take cash when you go to do trading. Always think about that. If you got the gold card, you got 2-digit protection on it, it might not be so bad. It might be harder to crack, gives you time to respawn and get to an ATM before whoever has your card is able to crack it, and you can cancel it and get a new card. Just a lot of things you need to think about now. and you got to think safe. You got to think, protecting your valuables, your money. So how do you want to do that now? Do you want to carry that card with you everywhere, or do you want to protect it? So anyway, it's just like if you were at the store in real life. If they swap your card, it comes out of your account. And if you sell something, they swap your card, it goes back into your account like a refund, I guess. So it's very easy to use at the traders. But now this is where your fame points are now involved. If you don't have a certain level of fame points, you can't buy certain items. Okay, so I'm using a single player mode, and that should be the default settings for most of the public servers out there. But of course, private servers will probably be able to make some adjustments to this. But right now, you need at least 5 fame points for the more common items, and upwards of 75 fame points for some of the more rarer items. Like I said, that's going to change depending on what server you're on. But that's something that you need to take into consideration. As it stands right now, you do not know, and there's no way of knowing. There's nothing that tells you or shows you how much fame point you need to buy any particular item. So if you try to buy something and you can't buy it, assume you don't have enough fame points for it.
So, what will it be?
Okay, let's take a look at the bank real quick. Okay, this is what the bank will look like at the traders area. You just look for this sign.
Welcome to the most secure
And you
place
go in
on
and
earth.
interact just like you would any trader. And here we have a terminal, an interface, just like we had at the ATMs. It's exactly the same. Everything is same within it. You can do all the same things, except you have more power being at the bank. Your percentage, as you will notice here in a moment, is only 2% here. And you don't have a limit for transfers. Okay, and just like at the other ATM, you can buy a new classic card if you would like. It'll cost you $100. You choose your single digit PIN number and click submit, and you're done. And the same thing with the gold card, except it costs you $5,000 and you'll have a place to enter in a 2-digit PIN number. If you decide that you don't want your card anymore, you can cancel your card so that it can never be used at any ATM or the bank again. This process deletes it from your account, so it is no longer attached to your account. And as you notice down at the bottom, it'll say expired, and you will still have the card. It'll still be in your inventory. It will not be deleted. So how do you get rid of it? Well, you come over here and you do a right click on it, and you have an option to destroy it. This is what you want to do, just to make sure nobody is ever able to find that card and even attempt to use it. And that wraps up the financial system that we now have in SCUM. I think it's great. We don't have to have bots. Private servers don't have to have bots. Of course, the public servers would never have bots. So you now have this throughout the game, whether it be public or private servers. So it is a standard now across the whole game, not just on your private servers. So I think this is cool. I think it's great. And I think it adds some really new, cool features to the game. And I hope that you've learned something from this. Please be sure to subscribe and like and hit that notification button. I have some more stuff coming for SCUM 0.8.